Okay, so that is about the introduction about the products we developed and uh, what we are practicing. So let me enter into this course, Bio Inspired Design. So I think 75, 76 people are there. Uh, so introductions, all those things, if it is a normal class, we would have introduced ourselves. So is Hemalata there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah. So Miss Hemalata is a PhD student from the same laboratory, and she's going to act as a TA as well as the class representative for this particular course. And so one more PhD student is there. May I know who
Yes,
is
sir.
that? Yeah, may I
Preetham.
know? Yeah, Preetham is there. No, no, from other department. One more
Jay
PhD
Pradap,
student.
sir.
Yeah, Jay Pratap, you
Yes,
you
sir.
are there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Jay Pratap and Hemlata are going to be the class representatives. They will take care of the issues related to the class, especially the course material, recordings, and attendance. Okay, I will tell them what to do and how to do. So kindly remember for communication, these two PhD students, Miss Hemalata and Mr. Jay Pratap. Okay, so let me start the course, Bio Inspired Design. So tell me, what do you mean by bio? What do you think bio? Because I assume that people attend this course, uh, maybe at least half of the people attend this course with a genuine interest in learning a new method or new approach to solve problems. Okay, and I also let me clarify that it's not simple biomimicry. Okay, so biomimicry is a different case. Maybe that is the special case of bioinspiration. Okay, it is not directly the biomimicry. It is bio-inspired design. Okay, so let me ask the first question. And classes, I generally want to be very interactive. I don't want you to sit idle and I keep talking all the time. So maybe I invite you people. What do you think? What is mean by bio?
From
Nature.
nature.
Yeah, one by one. Yeah, what is that?
From nature.
Nature. Okay, nature means what do you think? What is your definition of nature?
Not
So something
man-made.
which is life.
It is a life. Okay, agreed. Hmm. Anything else?
Not man-made.
So not man-made. Okay. Hmm. No, now here one question I will ask you after. I will ask this next question. Okay. Hmm. So any other thing? Somebody said nature. Somebody said not man-made.
All
That means
living things in an environment, sir. Living species.
all living things in an environment. Okay. So that means beyond environment. So whether environment come into the as a part of the nature or it's not part of the nature.
Yes, sir, it is a part of the
It's
nature.
a part
It's a
of the
part of the
nature.
nature. Am I right? So including environment, everything is a part of this. So life, natural systems, that means what you call as nature, which is not made by man. All are coming under bio. Okay. Anything else? Any other insights? I will be very happy if you speak up.
Living organism, sir.
Okay. All living organisms. Agreed. Because somebody said life, right? So life include all living organisms. So that is where the question comes. Whether bio inspiration, suppose if I say bio inspired design, Are you going to consider only living organisms and leaving the non-living things? In this particular course, when you are dealing with the design, the second word is inspired. Inspired means what do you think here? Okay, bio means I'm satisfied. Somebody said nature, somebody said living life, somebody said not made by the man, somebody said the living organisms, and somebody said the something which is covered by environment. Okay, so inspiration means what you are thinking. What is your view
Sir,
on that?
maybe taking some aspects of the biological system and incorporating it in the design.
Taking what
Any aspect of
aspect?
that biological system.
Aspect means,
Like,
because we are saying inspiration. Okay,
Maybe looking at things how they are built and trying to build something similar to
for that what you need to do?
observe how it's made.
That is the thing. Okay, so you actually inspiration starts from observation. That means the first virtue you must have is the observation. Are you able to observe thoroughly? Once you observe, the first person said, sorry, I'm unable to see your photos or names here. Okay, so the first person said that the different aspects we are going to take. Taking different aspects will come into picture when you observe it thoroughly. Okay, so inspiration is always starts with the observation. Then within that observation, whatever the points you make out or whatever the points you feel interested, those points actually you are going to capture and want to rebuild them in your own context. In your own context, you may need not be using the same material. You need not be using the same length or dimensions. You need not be using the same kind of conditions, but the phenomena sometimes you take, the structure you may take sometimes, the form you may take sometimes, only function you may take sometimes. But first you start with the observation, observe the different aspects, then you take them for realizing in your own context. Realizing in your own context. That is inspiration. Next to the bigger question. Sorry. Next the bigger question is, now everybody said nature, life, and all living beings. Now there I asked whether are you going to consider only living beings, or you can consider non-living beings also as a part of the nature. So what's your thoughts on that?
Yes, sir. We can
Non-living things also.
Yeah, somebody said nature, we must consider non-living beings also as a part of nature, because life you defined. That's why I like that somebody said not man-made. That's true. Okay, so nature means you have to consider all the living and the non-living parts of this entity, this nature. Okay, you have to consider everything. Sometimes something may impact, that may not be the living object. No need of living objects. So you please remember, in this particular course, bio inspiration means natural inspiration. Nature means I am going to consider all the living beings and non-living beings also. That means in this universe, anything I can take and get inspiration. My inspiration starts from my observation. My observation actually take me to the deep dive, where I observe different aspects related to that particular system which I am observing. After learning those aspects or after understanding those aspects, I am going to realize them in my domain and in my context. This is what bio-inspiration. Okay. So up to here, fine. Everybody must have convinced. Now you know what is the nature. Now you know what is meant by inspiration. Inspiration is always start with the observation. So inspiration is nothing but observation of different aspects of the particular system under observation. And those aspects you are going to understand and realize them in your domain and context. Okay. So that is the bio-inspiration. Next, another bigger word is there. Hope now onwards the people won't say that if I say bio-inspired, you should not think that it is only living systems. It is also non-living systems. So in this universe, anything you can take as inspiration and learn from that. Something you can learn from everything. Okay. So now the last word, design. That's your favorite word, right? So what is mean by design? You tell me. Because this institute is Institute of Design Centric Education, right? Here we are doing. No, whether we are doing or not, anyway, this institute is Design Centric Institute. So what do you mean by design?
It's a process of innovation right from discovering the problem
Yeah.
until we get a product or something into the market.
Correct. That I told in designing intelligent systems. Okay, that is fine. But any other opinions?
Sir, it may not need to be an innovative idea, sir, like innovative thing always, sir. Like, it's just a way to solve the problem, like how we approach and bring a
No,
solution, sir.
anyway, if you are solving the problem by default, you will come up with innovation. There is no question of non-innovative thing become a solution. If you bring the solution, that is anyway innovative. Anything else? What you understood the design mean by? What is the meaning of design? Because once you understand the general meaning, then I can actually apply to this one and we will try to understand. Any others, please? Maybe next class onwards, I will show at least my face. Okay. Now this camera is not working in the camera is not there at all. Okay. Next class onwards, I will show my face.
Sir, in general, design is very broad, but in terms of bio-inspired design, it is like
No.
mimicking
Bio-inspired
the
design, don't
structures.
worry. Bio-inspired design, don't worry. That we didn't go to now. What is mean by normal design? You think? Because somebody said we'll start from the idea and end to the market. So in between, what you are doing?
Like there are many steps, like so like we brainstorm the ideas and continue with that process.
No. Why we need to brainstorm?
Sir, to actually lay a path from an idea to innovation, sir. Actually, design helps in laying the path, joining the idea to the innovation.
No. In order to lay that path, what is the base?
Acknowledging the problem. Acknowledge the problem.
Acknowledging the or appreciating. Let us keep the word appreciating the problem. So appreciating the problem means what?
Necessity, finding the necessity of the problem.
Good. So finding the necessity of the problem. Okay. That means you are actually understanding the problem more than thinking about a solution. Will you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So that is what actually design make you different from the engineer. Okay. So design, why we generally use, because designer most of the time think about the context, conditions, constraints, requirement. So what are the different conditions I need to satisfy in order to come to the solution? What are the different requirements I need to satisfy in order to, while making the solution? Are there any social issues I need to consider before giving the solution? Are there any economical conditions I need to satisfy before giving the solution? Are there any technical challenges I need to consider before going for the solution? So these things, so everything which we call as a context, that may be economical, social, scientific, technical, everything, in all directions, this fellow will think, and then he will start his journey towards the solution. That means it's a kind of holistic solution of the problem. That means solving the problem holistically. It's not like that random solution I will give. Before starting itself, I observe everything. That's what I emphasized on the word observation. The observation gives you many aspects related to the system. So once you observe the problem, you need to understand the problem. Understanding the problem means understanding all dimensions and aspects of the problem. That is called design. So please remember, design is nothing but understanding the context in different perspectives, then define the solution, or then go for the solution. So that is where designer becomes different from normal engineer. Both are, otherwise both are same. But designer consider the context more, understand the context more about the problem. He only don't, he or she doesn't look at only the problem. Okay, this is the problem, I'm going to give the solution. No. He observes the context. Context means by what? Context mean by different conditions, different constraints, or different challenges that may be socio, economic, technical, or anything else. Okay, these days you are calling it as user interaction, UI, and user experience, UE. What are all these? You are actually understanding. You are understanding how this particular system is interactable to the customer. You are not thinking as you are thinking like somebody else. Am I right? So that is what understanding the context. So I am repeating, please try to remember, designer or a design person understand the context first, then go for the solution, then go for defining the solution. While understanding the context, he needs to understand technical aspects, technical challenges, social aspects, social challenges, economic aspects, economic challenges, and so many constraints involved in achieving the solution. He won't propose the random solution. He will propose the holistic solution satisfying all the constraints. So, in order to propose the holistic solution, he need to observe the problem. He need to understand the problem thoroughly in such a way that in different directions he understand the problem. Different directions he understand the problem. Different perspectives he understand the problem. He or she. Okay. So that is what mean by design. Design means understanding the context. Context of whom? Context of the problem, context of the system, context of the subsystem, or anything. So understanding the context means understanding the constraint, understanding the conditions in different perspectives. Hope everybody clear about this now. So that's why we call it as design. designer can give the holistic solution, because designer will observe different aspects of the problem. Designer will observe different constraints of the problem. Designer will observe different conditions of the problem which to be satisfied. Okay, so in that you go for user requirements, ergonomics, and different subjects will come into picture. So each one will become one separate subject. Even market analysis is also one subject. Without a market, you can't do the product, right? So this is what you need to remember. In this particular course, I kept it as bio-inspired. Instead of bio-inspired engineering, I kept it as bio-inspired design, because it is one step ahead and it is bit holistic. It will contain engineering, but it is bit holistic. That means in the nature, you need to observe things. When I say observation, are there any people who attended my system physics classes or system physics workshop?
Yes,
No,
sir.
yeah. So some people, or at least a few people, attended my system physics workshop. I can't see the messages, okay? Because I'm presenting the PPT, right? So I can't see them. So the system physics, what you do? You are going to understand all the different parts of the system. That may be a water bottle. That may be anything else. You are going to understand the parts. Then you understand how one part is connected to another part. Then you understand what are the relations or how they are connected physically. Okay. So you will understand different levels of knowledge related to that particular system. In the same way, design also, we understand the system, we understand the problem, we understand the event. So point to be noted, we understand the system, we understand the problem, we understand any event from different perspectives. Okay, so that understanding comes from where? You have to observe the system, or you have to observe that event, or you have to observe that problem. So observation is most important in understanding the system or problem or event. So this understanding is the central part, that too understanding in a different perspective, not only a single perspective. If it is a single perspective, I will just look at some system and say that, oh, this is this, over. But if I'm saying that I'm understanding the system, means you have to understand the system in different perspective. Okay, that may be economic perspective, market perspective, that may be ergonomic perspective, that may be aesthetic perspective, that may be like aesthetics and form perspective, the functionality perspective. Okay, so the relation between the system and the environment, that perspective. Okay, so these all things are different perspectives you will understand related to that system. Then you say, okay, I understood this system, I understood the problem, then I understood this event. Until that, you should not say I understood. Because generally we say understood means you just look at it, yeah, this is the frog and color is green. Done. You say that I understood. No, it is not understand. If I ask you, okay, tell me, what is your observation of a frog with respect to aesthetics? And for that, you have to work out a lot. You have to see it, you have to observe it, you have to observe the patterns, you have to make out the patterns, and you have to make out the meaning of the patterns. Is there any significance for that pattern? Okay, so many things you need to observe. Suppose same frog, if I ask you to observe as far as its functionalities are concerned, then you have to look at different functionalities. You have to look at how they are operating, how they are working in different environmental conditions. So this way, and if I ask you a behavior, then again you have to observe in a different perspective, you have to understand it. That is the reason why I kept this as bio-inspired design. That means here your more focus will be on how to understand the problem, or how to understand the system, or how to understand the event. And then after that understanding, how you are converting that to your domain and realize in your context. So you are actually linking between the natural system, the knowledge you gain from the natural system, and how you are going to use for your purpose. Okay, so that is the meaning of bio-inspired design. That means you are going to observe the natural systems in different perspectives and take that knowledge and use for your purpose. That is an art. That's a skill. That's the reason why I kept it as design. You are not simply building the systems. You are building the systems with a thorough understanding of the context. Without thorough understanding of the context, you are not going to build the systems in this particular course or in this particular stream. Because bio-inspired design, by nature, it's a stream. It's not a separate simple course. Okay, it's a stream. Because you can apply this anywhere, in any domain. Okay, even in your life also you can apply this techniques. So that's the reason why the bio-inspired design is a course which deals with natural systems and understanding natural systems. And after understanding the natural systems, that understanding you should be able to use to apply to solve your problems. So that skill we are trying to bring as a part of this course. So that is the theme of this course. That's why I told it is more of a practice oriented course. It is more of like you have to practice this and appreciate the significance. Then you can apply this anywhere. You can apply in the market area, you can apply in the management, you can apply in the engineering, you can apply in the science, you can apply anywhere. So you can apply in game making, game development, because many people are interested in that direction, right? Only thing is, if you apply as a form and function, most of these electronics and the mechanical people will be interested in this direction. The computer science guys will be interested mostly towards behaviors. That's the only difference. But in any case, you should be able to get that skill to observe everything thoroughly. That's why I told bio-inspired design means observing the natural systems, understanding them, and improving the ability to use that understanding to solve your problems. Hope you got the point why this course is for. So I request everyone, it is not that I am denying people or anybody who thought this is as a conventional course, maybe with the intention that, okay, we will complete in this 6 months, just some course will be over. I request them to drop the course. Okay, because I generally enjoy this course when you speak more. That means you have to think about these aspects. You have to think about these topics. And if you are able to apply in your final year project also some point, I'm really happy. I'm open for discussion about any project you are doing with anybody. I don't mind. But I expect some people use these techniques in your final year project, in your product development, your concept development, or in game development, or something else. Practically, if you are using these techniques and these understandings of natural systems, I'm really happy. Those who came for just to know, try to learn something, also invited. And the people who are attending for, maybe this is also one course, let us complete this, may not enjoy this course. Because mostly it is like assignment oriented, it is mostly practice oriented. And also equally, I enjoy this course along with you. So that's the reason why I prefer more interactive sessions, and I prefer more people to interact with me and more people think in that direction to bring out some new insights as well as solutions for their problems. The problem can be anything of nature. The problem can be a computer science problem, electronics problem, or mechanical problem. It doesn't matter. Can you get a natural system that inspires you to bring out the solution? If you are getting that ability, this course is successful. That's why I kept telling this. This is the 4th batch I'm running. This course is not a conventional course. This course is a practice-oriented and skill-based course. So at the end of the course, I expect at least 70 to 80% of the people will get the skill to think in this direction. That means they should be able to observe some biosystems and they should be able to apply in their own practical problems. That may be of any kind. That may be of any stream. It doesn't matter. Okay. So that is my sincere request. So related to bio-inspired design, if you have any questions, I'm open for questions now. But again, I'm saying I prefer to talk with people in this course. So let it be more interactive. Yeah. Any questions? I'm ready to.
Sir, I had one question.
Yes, please.
So you explained what does bio-inspired design mean, but then when we are trying to practice this, do we first look for a problem in our domain and then look at the system in a nature, look at a system in nature, or first we look at a system and then we try to see how can this be applied in our domain, or how is it?
What's your name? Vishwa. Nilesh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vishwa.
Nilesh. Yeah. Both approaches are successful in bio-inspired design. Both,
Okay.
because what these fellows did is, I'll tell you. They saw some frog. They observed the frog skin. Then they mimicked it as it is. Okay. And they said, we made a new material which can change color. Okay. So in this case, they actually didn't have any problem or anything. They just through observation, they found something, then they mimicked it. That is where the concept of biomimicry came. But the second way is also possible. If you are searching for a solution to a particular problem, then that particular problem, you can find some similar problems in the nature, then find a solution. Tomorrow we will discuss that.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So both way possible. Any other questions?
Sir, I have a doubt. Like, we can like use this bio-inspired thing only to like physical products, or also like for the technical products, like software products and all.
That's what I told. See, mostly mechanical and electronics. Electronics is in between because electronics has people who can look at soft as well as hardware. So that's why they're kind of a versatile, let us assume, okay. Mechanical people mostly interested in the form and functionalities. Electronics people also mostly looking at functionalities, how it is working, how this operation is happening. But computer science people generally they look at software development, or they look at how to develop, how to bring out a particular behavior. So that's why they are more interested towards behavior. That's why it is possible to make cyber physical systems mostly. And also, if you want to develop only softwares, yes, it is possible to make softwares also. Because have you heard about the ant colony optimization?
No, sir.
Hey, you are CED, na?
Sir, I heard,
So
sir. I've heard about
CED,
that.
no, CED is this a dual degree or dual degree, right? Yeah. Yes. So don't worry, Nikunj. It's okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah. So there is ant colony optimization algorithms. They actually came from observation of these ant colonies, how they are behaving while working. Okay. So from there only your Zomato, these things emerged, which is the optimized way to reach your delivery point. The Zomato you are using every day, right? Swiggy, Zomato. That algorithms actually developed based on this kind of algorithms only, ant colony optimization. How to find the optimized way where he can deliver these all orders in a shortest path with the limited consumption of fuel. Okay, so these kind of algorithms they developed based on the bio inspiration. There are examples too many. So you can use mostly both in software as well as the cyber physical systems side. Only form if you want to use, yes you can. Only function you can use, yes you can. Only behavior you can look at, yes you can. All together can you look and make a cyber physical system? Yes you can do that. That's why it is a versatile subject where you need to improve your skills. That is my sincere request. You need not be it's like a grade ranker in order to look and observe the nature. Am I right? Hope everyone agree with me. But once you understand something, are you able to realize that? So that is the skill we need to improve. Okay. So observation skills and realizing them into a solution. So those skills I would like to actually bring in this course. So that is the motto of the course. Any other questions?
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, can we say that when we incorporate the form, function, and behavior from biological environments, it can be said as a biomimicry?
Yes. If you take as it is, it's a biomimicry.
Like
and
all
materials
the three
also.
aspects.
Yes, yes. All the three aspects, if you take, no, not all the three aspects. If you take it as it is, if you feel that is useful, okay, then it is a biomimicry. But bio-inspiration, you will have a freedom. That means everybody, one age-old example is there for biomimicry. They say that lotus leaf is there, right? Lotus leaf is the hydrophobic system. That means water will not touch it. Hope you know about it, Mahendra.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So they will tell that is a very conventional example. Generally, they say. But if you make the surface as it is, like a lotus leaf, then it is a biomimicry. But if you take some freedom and make some changes to increase the efficiency or to change this particular phenomena according to your requirement, then that you cannot call it as a biomimicry. So that is only bio-inspiration. So I am observing something, knowing it, understanding it, then I'm implementing according to my requirement. You got my point?
Okay, sir. So both of them can't be completely differentiated from each other, right? Some part of
Yes,
biomimic.
bioinspiration is a more holistic and you will have a freedom to enhance. Okay, biomimicry is mostly like, because everywhere they are using these words interchangeably, but in my opinion, it is not same. Bioinspiration has more freedom and more, you must have a more ability to think, observe and understand.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Any other questions? So tomorrow we will discuss what are the different perspectives we can use the bioinspiration. I think tomorrow what time we have the class? Yeah, just a minute.
Sir.
At 10, sir.
10 o'clock. Very good. So tomorrow we will try to understand what are the different perspectives and what are the different levels we can apply the bioinspiration. Okay. So if no questions, shall we conclude the class? If any questions, you can ask. No issue.